Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Indianapolis. Washington now brings this out. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. Look at him go inside the 30. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Colts.
Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Throwing to start the drive. Pritchett. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Pritchett. He'll fire one deep for Westbrook. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
These two teams met in Indy earlier in the year with the Colts coming out on top. So if they can find a way to win here in Indianapolis, they would take the season series 2-0.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, this defense for the Colts, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always said, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 41-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
And the Colts are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Gilbert. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
They'll try and run for the 1st with Taylor.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down.
That's good for our Colts. 1st and 10.
Now back to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Wagner. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
first down. He'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
So, CD, here we are. You look at how well this offense has played all year, 16-0. Now, in most years, they'd be at home right now enjoying time off for their perfect season, getting ready for the postseason. But this is the decade of the 2020, so that means 17 games are what's needed to get through a perfect season. Would a win here make them an all-timer for you?
It would. It absolutely would. And I realize we're not comparing apples to apples because of the length of regular seasons. But if you think back to the 1972 Dolphins, they were 14-0 in the regular season. 3 wins made them a Super Bowl champion, so they were 17-0 total. Imagine getting through 17.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor.
A 13-yard touchdown run.
And the Colts go up by 2 touchdowns.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 20.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
Down from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score Colts 14, Jaguars 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Washington now brings this out.
Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We got to get it back. And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Well, that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor.
And some room to run now. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Through one quarter, 14-7, our score.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Got a man, it's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown.
A great play there.
with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Shaun Alexander for the second most in a single year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. He's got a man complete, and they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Looking to throw. Pritchett. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown. A big play there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. The extra point splits the uprights, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
Jaguars 14.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. Washington now brings this out. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. The 40. The 20. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Colts.
Again, overblown. I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games in a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Jaguars.
Throwing on first down. Pritchett. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Little. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Again, he'll drop the throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here. These last few plays, they have moved right down the field. And just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
And they'll try the action on 1st and goal. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Pritchett. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. A disastrous loss there on 1st and goal on the sack. Sets him back big time. So from outside the red zone now after the sack, a long 3rd and goal. Now meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
his kick is indeed good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Washington now brings this out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season. Watch.
He's got a man complete.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise there in the dime. He'll look to throw.
Complete to Taylor on the slant. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And he completes it to Westbrook. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Pritchett.
And going right back to Westbrook.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Now a timeout called for by the defense as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. What a season he continues to have defensively. Now a dozen interceptions this year, Charles.
And let's face it, we've watched a lot of ball. But when you get 12 in 1 year, that's better than most careers, isn't it?
Absolutely, and you might be asking for a bump in pay, too.
No doubt about it. Running right in there and talking to the team.
They'll drop this down to Taylor, and they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On play action, they'll throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Just his second incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because he just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Colts will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Looking long for Westbrook. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. And the half will begin with a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game. Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. Well, able to force him out of the pocket right, but still able to complete it. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. That good for 19 on a 1st down.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, that's football for me.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. Looking to throw. Pritchett. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game. Now on 3rd and long,
throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And now the rookie's free. He's at the 30. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Looking to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. Touchdown, Colts. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
At their own 33-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can. He's got a man, complete! Touchdown, Jaguars!
Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the 2nd half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Washington now brings this out. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. They'll set up to throw. They'll find a man over the middle. It's Washington. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
2nd and 5. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a gain of 5. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
They're going to try and throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He finds Taylor, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in for second-half blowout material. They're going to look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Nash. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. From 8 yards out. And the Colts are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. From deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Room here to run. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
First down, Jaguars.
Up the middle they go. Hughes. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
He's taken down at the 50-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Off play action. Pritchett. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Back to throw. Pritchett. And the pressure gets to him again. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
And the Jaguars send out their punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. It's taken to the 26.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside.
Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. They'll set up a throw. Touchdown!
Michael Pittman.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Colts look poised to reach 17-0 as they add on to their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. He finds his man complete. It's Little. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. And my goodness, another interception. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, and they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. It's Nash.
And will be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He finds his man, complete. That's Nash.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Good catch. Made it to 24 yards. The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man complete. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. On first and 10, Pritchett, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question.
And now here's another interception. And he's into the clear. The 30, 10, 5, and he will bring it back. An interception return for the Colts TD. Extra point forthcoming. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
First down, Jacksonville.
Looking to throw. Pritchett. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. And the Colts come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there's no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took it.